my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Tarot. I hope everybody is having a good month of January, good start to the new year. I know for a lot of Tauruses, this has been tough for you. This is going to be Taurus and Sagittarius, January, February 2020. I don't know anybody at this point that's not struggling. I'm going to just say that. Everybody is trying to find some kind of path to walk on, and for a lot of you, you're finding out stuff you didn't want to find out. And as a friend of mine says, you're finding out stuff about yourself you really didn't want to find out. Taurus and Sagittarius, January, February 2020. Everybody's going through changes, so just know that part, Taurus. You too, Sagittarius. Y'all ain't exempt. And with Uranus now firmly back in our sign, moving forward, not in retrograde motion, and some damn secrets coming out. I'm sure everybody's life, as far as Taurus is concerned, has been stepped up a notch or two. So let's see what we got going on for you, Taurus, for you and your Sagittarius for January, February 2020. For a lot of you, this is a relationship, and I'm talking to Taurus, that you may need to let go, suffering in silence, wisdom. Be a thing that you just need to let go. You're not going to grow until you let it go. I know that sucks, but shit. As I say, this is life. What the hell? The truth, come on now. Partnerships and alliances, the cards don't lie. They just don't lie. So we're going to do 2 for overall energy, 3 for the recent past, 3 for current energy, and 3 for future energy, and I will let the oracle cards fall where they will. So Taurus and Sagittarius, let's see where you are. Overall energy. Trapped in fear, dogged in power. What else? What the hell else? And this is a reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Thank you to everybody that has liked, shared, and subscribed. I'm not talking well. And thank y'all for hanging in with me. My brother died last month. He transitioned December 18th. And so the end of November and up until the 18th of December was just a rocky road for my behind. So I am back. I'm all right. I miss my brother, but I also know my brother's okay. He can get out my head yakking right now. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So it's really hard for me to be sad for any extended period of time over somebody passing, because they just take another place in my life. And don't make no bones about it. So let me do this for you, Taurus and Sagittarius, before we lay all the emotional shit out on the board. Your overall energy, being trapped in fear, being held down with the back end of your overall energy, the power card. So that's letting me know that a lot of you are trapped in fear. You don't know which way to go, what to do at this point, but what's really in your gut and what's holding you down, that inner part of your overall energy, it's a power struggle. It's you or them. And this is Leo energy. You see the line right there, but that's still fire energy. So your Sagittarius being a fire sign, it's just a power struggle right now. Nobody is giving a fucking inch for all of that. Recent past with the prosperity begins. There was a point when you and Sagittarius had cooled out and no arguments or nothing, and y'all were just kind of grinding and bringing the paper home and paying the bills. But it feels like somewhere around the holidays, Taurus and that damn transformation. And because, Taurus, you are making this transformation, it's a steady grind. Even when Uranus was retrograde, there were things that were happening to us at another level, making you do that deep thinking shit. And a lot of you may have just been like, fuck it, I'm reevaluating the relationship, and that's what it is. Brings you to awareness, being aware of your place in the relationship, that card is sitting underneath that power card. It's not a mistake. When you become aware of where you are in a relationship, a lot of times that's where the power struggle begins, because you may find out you've been giving up too much of your power. You may find out somebody's been trying to snatch your power, however that's resonating with you. And so, recent past, you became aware of what was going on around you. Come to your current energy, your base chakra, talking about what you have and what you're bringing to the relationship. In the middle of all of this, the centerpiece and the challenge card, the universe, completion, y'all. Usually, the books, when I start saying the universe card and its knowledge, the books come flying. There are no books flying here, the door's closing. And so the challenge here, from just looking at the base cards and not looking at the emotional shit yet, is about knowing, figuring out if it's time to go. Wisdom, that popped up out of the bottom of the deck. Wisdom is knowledge that's applied. So, as I say, the best example I can think of is that everybody pretty much knows that a tomato is a fruit because it has seeds. Any plant, vegetable type thing that has seeds is considered a fruit. But you don't put tomatoes in no damn fruit salad. That's wisdom. Okay. So as doors are closing, or as you're thinking about what doors need to be closed, because for some of you, this may not just be a complete and total ixnay of your relationship with Sagittarius. It may be, though, there's certain aspects of your relationship that you need to shut down. If y'all have been going out and partying, you may need to shut that shit down. If you've been going, and I'm just throwing all the shit up on the board because I know everybody is doing some of any and everything. If y'all been going to the wrong church, come on. You might need to shut that shit down. If you are sending your kids to the wrong school, what am I saying? You might need to shut that shit down. There's some aspect for those of you that aren't necessarily canning your relationship with your Sagittarius that you need to shut down. It's going to take you understanding, having the knowledge, knowing how to apply it, that will guide you in this process of knowing what doors need to be closed. For your future energy, there's positive movement forward at some point. Now, it's going to depend on what plops its butt down on top of this card. But for you, Taurus and Sagittarius, that red, that fire, so this is everybody. The water, the sun, the moon, the stars, all that shit. Everybody's going to be making some positive movement forward, whether together or separate. It's going to require spiritual strength. You're going to have to just, quit thinking you can mastermind all of it. And at some point, you're going to have to just get with the Creator and figure out where you're lacking in your spiritual strength. Because when you figure that part out, that's going to make the rest of this that much easier when you know what you can rely on in your spiritual life. Are you meditating? Are you journaling? Are you taking time out to get in nature? And I know that sounds hokey and shit, but for real, we are human beings. We are not mechanical beings. So we need to be out. You need to see dogs barking and cats running around and squirrels hopping up in trees and rabbits trying to cross the road and shit. That's good for your soul. I know y'all like, what? Nah, it's too early for this, Miss Lady. No, it's not. You need to get out and strengthen your spiritual strength. I said it just like that, yeah. The end of this, coming into your own authority, Taurus, and this is specifically for you. This is not about you and Sagittarius. This is about you coming into your own authority, because once again, you're the one making the transformation. Let's kick these emotional cards out and see what the hoo-ha we got really going on. So, for your trapped in fear, that pulls the 9 of Cups. Power pulls the 10 of Coins. Excuse me. So that's, okay. It's emotional on the top and it's about money at the bottom. So we're going to come back to that. Prosperity begins. Recent past. 10 of Swords. Transformation. 6 of Wands. Awareness. Queen of Wands. Current energy, base chakra, or I have. 4 of Coins. Universe. Strength. What I'm just in here saying it. Wisdom. Pulls the 8 of Cups. Positive movement forward pulls the Queen of Coins. Spiritual strength pulls the Queen of Cups. Authority pulls the Princess of Wands. So now let's talk about what's really going on. So that trapped in fear. You want this relationship to be successful, Taurus. You do. But you're trapped in fear. There's something that's been going on between you and your Sagittarius. You get over here to the back end of your overall energy, or that part of your overall energy that people may not necessarily see, but they feel it. You definitely feel it. With the 10 of coins sitting on the power card, we're talking about all of it, the whole family, the whole damn bucket of gold, all of everything that goes in that bucket. Power struggle. Who's in control of what? And it feels like, and this energy could be flip-flop. It could be, I may be saying Taurus, it might be Sagittarius, I might be saying Sagittarius, and it might be Taurus. However it resonates with you, eat fish, leave bones. Power, struggle, power dynamics. Who's controlling the money? One or both of you may have gotten promoted in the last 6 months, or may have gotten different jobs. And in that, a lot of times we don't realize, because we're so focused on whatever it is we're trying to get away from, low paycheck, bad bosses, ugly co-employees. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Co-workers is evil and shit, and you're trying to run away from that. We don't always see the situations that we're running into. And so for some of you, you may have switched jobs and gotten into situations where you were kind of opened up. There were other people there, other people that, how can I put this, put them in the right category? Dateable, eligible other people. And maybe for Taurus, that kind of opens your eyes and wait a minute, I don't do that at home. You know, you start hearing shit in the lunchroom, folks, you know, and people don't never know when to shut up about talking about their own business. They'll get in the break room. I can't even go here. But anyway, they get somewhere in the break room. I done heard all kind of shit that really was inappropriate conversation for work. But people, human beings are human beings. So this is dumb shit that we do sometimes. You know, get upset and frustrated and really don't have a good support network or an outlet. We'll come to work and just dump all our shit. You may have found somebody, you know, then you going, well, I don't do that, and I didn't get that at home. Well, how did I get all that extra? And why is she mad? Because I don't even get that. That kind of energy. And so with that comes the power play and the power struggle. For you, Taurus, it feels like Sagittarius is just hellbound, bent, and determined to do what they're doing. Whatever it is, they want to continue almost in a Taurian kind of way. They don't want to give an inch. They don't want to change nothing, and they don't want anything. They don't want the shift in the power dynamic. They want to lead the shit just like it is. For some of you, this may be talking about kids and who's picking kids up from school, and somebody might be saying, I ain't picking nobody, them your kid. That kind of shit. It's that kind of energy. For others of you, it may be about money. Someone or both of you may have overspent over the holidays, and you know, now everybody pointing the fingers. You did it, you did it, you did it. Everybody was real happy when they got their gift, but right now ain't nobody trying to pay for shit. That's just where you are right now, and that's your overall energy, and that can create a lot of tension. I'm just kind of looking at the board, just where the red hot spots are. That can create tension in certain areas. So the best I can say, Taurus and Sag, with this overall energy is that you need to just slow it down a bit and look at what you have. Coming out of your recent past with the prosperity begins. When y'all got together or at some point in your relationship, you kind of had a break from all of everything because y'all were getting it. Good thing, y'all were getting it. And so it provided some relief. For some of you, this is resonating back to why you got together. You know, when you got together, the whole thing changed, money changed. Now everybody's not paying all of the rent, all of the light bill, and all of the cable bill. Everything's split down the middle. And so that provided some relief for you. And it took you to a place of trying to create some higher goals. However, that transformation with Taurus, and when people go through transformation, and now I'm talking to Sagittarius and whoever else is cross-watching, cross-listening, whatever, when people are going through transformation, it's just like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It's a fucking painful process. Now, at the end of it, you got beautiful shit. Butterflies are some of the most beautiful creatures on the planet, just their coloring alone. But to get to that point, you know, and understand there's a piece of Taurus' self-esteem that's tied up in this, because we believed for so long we were right, and the way that we were doing it was right, and because we were stable in doing it, it was right. And now you have things that are literally just throwing bowling balls right down the middle of your shit and uprooting everything that you knew or believed. So Sag, have some compassion here. And even though this is coming from your recent past energy, it's still at play. Transformation ain't stopped. In this little blip right here, that transformation kept y'all from reaching some of the higher goals that you had planned on, because Taurus now is in its head trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. When you get to the end of the recent past, it's just what I said. Taurus became aware of what was going on, got a little confident. But this is Sagittarius's energy. And so what's really bringing back to me is that Sagittarius may have felt like, or may still feel like, Taurus is trying to steal the spotlight. And that's not really what's going on. It's time for Taurus to stand up in their own sun, in their own truth. But that confidence underneath the power card, that's no mistake. Sagittarius feeling like you're trying to steal all the thunder, Taurus, and that's not what's going on. And how do you articulate that? I don't think I'm doing a good job articulating exactly what's going on with Taurus, but without even that, what is Sagittarius thinking? I can hear the fights, I can hear the petty arguments, you think you better than everybody else, all of a sudden, and you did da-da-da-da-da. And so, like I said, some of that's kind of tied in with a new job. Some of you may have gone to a new job. And because Sagittarius may not be fully aware of what's going on with Uranus in your sign, Taurus, they just, oh, you got this new job and you just think you're doing a damn thing. Come on, work with me. Get to the current energy. What I have. And everybody in the house is talking about, I got this, and I'm bringing this, I do this, I do that. At the end of the day, this is making Taurus very guarded. Very guarded. Almost to the point of the next thing I'd want to see that would match my energy would be emotional withdrawal. That's just a shutdown point. And so with Taurus being guarded, and this could be Sagittarius, but it really don't feel like it's Sagittarius. It really feels like it's Taurus. Sagittarius is feeling like not understanding. See, that's red, so we can just gear that to Sagittarius. I have what I got, and da-da-da. Like, it's almost like it's competing energy. You know, Sagittarius now all of a sudden wants to just chime in and say, well, I got that too, and I got a job, da-da-da. But all of this is making you guarded, Taurus. It is. And rightfully so. You feel like you're being picked and prodded, and, you know, there's a shift in that power dynamic. The tendency is to shut down. Fuck it, I ain't trying to go here. It's too much, I can't do it. Got too much on my plate. But that's where you are. Again, the challenge is understanding what, in your experience right now with your Sagittarius, do you throw the baby and the bathwater out? Are you done with the relationship? Because you're changing. If this is sitting underneath the transformation card, that's not a mistake. There are going to be points, Taurus. And now I'm speaking specifically to you. There are going to be points during this next 6 year. We've completed just about the first year of Uranus and Taurus. So for the next 6.5 years, or however long it's going to be, there are going to be points where you're going to have to just shut shit down mid-stroke. I'm just saying. Because Uranus is here to make you see where you've gotten comfortable and where you have just coasted along and haven't changed anything. That brings us here. And this is your challenge, to realize that having the strength to realize what needs to go bye-bye. Now, with every ending that's damn sure enough a beginning to something. You just, when you close the door on one thing, you just don't see what's on the other side of the door that's opening. And so that's what makes this scary, frightening, awful, anxiety-ridden, just mess. But just know there's beginnings for everything that you're getting ready to shut down, up to and including maybe your relationship with your Sagittarius. There's an opening on the other side. You need to have the strength to know, not just the wisdom to get up off the choppy, off that emotional shit and onto some solid ground. You need the wisdom. That the wisdom card is sitting next to the universe card. The universe talks about knowledge. Come on. That's going to be your challenge, Taurus, for the next 5 or 6 weeks, knowing what needs to have a door closed, having the strength to know that information and act on it. Action right here, strength. You had no damn line and it's a passive card. No, this is action, baby. And the wisdom to know what part, if it's the whole relationship, and I'm really getting the sense for a lot of you, the whole relationship does not need to be thrown out. There needs to be some adjustment, there needs to be some more communication, but the whole relationship for some of you doesn't really need to hit. You may feel that way because you got so much shit going on, and your Sagittarius may just be acting ass ugly right now because they don't know what's going on. It may feel like, fuck it, I don't want to deal with none of that. What all of that is just symptomology of a problem somewhere. And so it may be Sagittarius not understanding the kind of deep emotional changes you're going through, Taurus, or it may be a thing where Sagittarius is feeling left out because you got something else going on in your life and you're kind of focused on that, because focusing on a job, a hobby, your kids, whatever, keeps you from dealing with this head on. And for some of you, dealing with this transformation and this change, dealing with it head on, might be too much for you. And so a good thing to do is find something else to focus on. Your job, your kids, what they're doing, their activities, their hobbies, your activities, your hobbies. But are you communicating that with your Sagittarius? Once you start doing that, it's going to make this switch a little easier. Once you start communicating with your Sagittarius and come out of this, I don't want to let go of my shit right now, I'm going to hold on, just be guarded all the way around. Once you ease up on that a little bit, and again, knowing what, when, and what to close, is it time to shut the relationship down, or is it time to shut down certain aspects? That's something only you and your partner will know, and it can range from anything to sex to money, to how breakfast is made in the morning. But whatever it is in the power dynamic between the two of you, it's not fixable. It can be fixed, but it's just a matter of, do you want to take the time to deal with it? Is there enough love there to go through it? And at the end of the day, are you going to be satisfied with whatever you have with your Sagittarius? And you get to your future energy, talking about positive movement forward. It's not just positive movement forward, though. It's trusting the process. When old girl shows up, this is our shit, Queen of Coins. It's just about all the things that she brings to the table, everything that she has to offer. But on top of all of that, trusting that she's doing what she's doing. And so this may be a thing where Sagittarius needs to just trust you, Taurus, as you go through this process of transformation, and that the outcome is going to be okay, because you know it's going to be okay. And as long as your partner's trying to hang with you, but it's trusting that process. And this is kind of 360. It ain't just Sagittarius. Taurus, you may need to trust that Sagittarius is going to have your back as you go through this process, if you choose to stay in the relationship. I'm just saying, all of this right here, whatever all of this little energy boils down to, and whenever it gets there, that's when you'll begin to see the positive movement forward. Again, it may be together, it may be separate, it may be temporary, it may be permanent. It depends on your specific relationship deal you got going on right now and where you are in that process. Again, it feels like a lot of you going to say, fuck it, I'm done. I'm good. And that may well be just a part of your transformation. Others of you are going to find the bits and pieces that need to be shut down or changed or adjusted and move forward together. But once again, we come right back to this. Spiritual strength and being able, if I was reading her this way, being able to process the emotional shit without it turning into a fucking nightmare. There should be some emotional intelligence going on. Everybody shouldn't just be acting out and triggering off of dumb shit. There should be some emotional intelligence going on in your relationship. Come on now. just triggering off of stuff. And I think I might be talking to Sagittarius more than I'm talking to Taurus, because Sagittarius, that fire sign, y'all like to pop off before you know everything that's going on. And sometimes you think you know everything that's going on and you don't. So if there are problems processing emotional energy in your relationship, definitely time for more communication, but also time to tighten up that spiritual strength. Just putting it where it is. At the end of all of this, it's about knowing, Taurus, that you are the authority in your life. Maybe not necessarily the whole households, but you are definitely the authority in your life. And you can feel free to move about the cabin. Now, that is fire energy, that's Sagittarius energy. But what's really bouncing off of this card, Taurus, is you catching a little bit of that fire off of your Sagittarius and coming out of the whole guarded thing. See that map up on the wall? I'm just saying, maybe it's time to do something different. And again, this is going to resonate differently for everybody. For those of you that are breaking up, there you go. There's your map. And Sagittarius may get this too. Don't just think it can just be Taurus. It can be Sagittarius. May just decide, fuck it, I'm out, I'm gone. Taurus, that's again where the universe comes in, and you just having the understanding now. We move past the knowledge and the wisdom, but you having the understanding that your transformation up here may mean separate higher goals. So as I'm saying this, Taurus, understand your Sagittarius may decide, fuck it, I can't do this no more. This is too much. I don't know what kind of transformation you're talking about going through. And just because I'm a girl and I'm heterosexual, I'll just say this. They may think you're going through the change and they don't know how to figure that part out and they just want to leave. Especially if you're in non-binding relationships, i.e. you're not married to someone. And they just, fuck it. You going through the change, I don't want to be here no more, have a good day, roll out, peace. Don't call us, we'll call you type shit. And it's sad, but at the bottom, that's why I read the bottom cards first. At the bottom of all of this, Taurus, it's about you going through the transformation and having the wisdom to know what in your life needs to shut down. If your relationship with your Sagittarius is not fulfilling you, especially emotionally, because right now, Taurians across the world, you heard me, the whole globe, every Taurus you know needs some love and support. This is some scary, crazy, fucked up ass shit. So I'm gonna just put it where it is. You got a Taurus in your life, they need love and support. Changes are incredible for Taurus because we don't like change in the first damn place. But again, Sagittarius, if this is too much for you, more than you bargained for, at whatever level, everybody's got to do what's right for them. Let's see what the oracle cards have for you, Taurus and Sagittarius. Call on your angels. Time for crayons. Accept the gifts of the universe. See the solution. Take your time. So accept the gifts of the universe. And I'm just going to go right here with this. The strength and that knowing what needs to be closed. Accept the gifts of the universe. Sometimes, again, shutting down of something is the opening of something else, and that is a gift from the universe. So accept, don't fight this. If it's going in that direction, go with the flow. Don't get all caught up. Call your angels. They can get you through this, Taurus. I promise you they can get you through this. Call on your angels. See the solution. Do you need to break it up completely, or do you just need to shut portions of it down? Do you need to do the whole thing, or just this arrow and that arrow? Knowledge and wisdom, knowing that. See the solution. Take your time. You ain't got all day, but take your time. Think your way through this process. And at the end of all of that, play some, get some crayons, get out your head, do something else, blah, blah, blah. Y'all hear me? I'm trying to keep this under 30 minutes. Taurus and Sagittarius, I love you. Have a great week, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.